All right, let's dive right in. We're tackling parenting plans today.
Definitely.
And I gotta say, for anyone going through separation or divorce,
Yeah.
it can feel like climbing Mount Everest, right? You're dealing with so much already.
Absolutely.
So where do you even begin with this whole parenting plan thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what we're here to break down.
Yeah, we are.
Think of it like we're building a roadmap together.
Exactly.
Not just for you, but for you and the other parent to, well, successfully navigate co-parenting.
Yeah, it's easy to hear parenting plan and think, oh, this is like some scary legal document
Yeah,
that
totally.
a court's going to hand down and say, here you go, follow this to the letter.
Like, boom, there it is.
Oh, but actually, it's much more personal and adaptable than that. It's really an agreement
Okay.
between you and the other parent. It's about figuring out together
Mm-hmm.
how you'll share the responsibility of raising your children.
So it's more like a collaborative design session than a courtroom showdown.
Exactly. And that means you have the power
Okay.
to make it truly work for your family.
I like that.
We're talking about all the big things, like where the kids will live,
Okay.
how transitions between homes will work,
Right.
who makes the big decisions about education, healthcare, even celebrating those important milestones, like birthdays and holidays. And of course, what happens if one parent is suddenly unavailable to care for the kids?
That makes a lot of sense. When thinking about where the kids are going to live, how will those transitions between homes actually work smoothly in practice?
Right.
And who makes the calls about, education or healthcare? Are you sharing all those decisions equally, or are certain things designated to one parent?
Right. And it's so interesting to see how these things play out in real life. You can agree to shift responsibilities.
So you're not locked in.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not set in stone.
That's super helpful. It's not just about what works now,
Right.
but thinking about how things might change.
Exactly. It's helpful to approach these questions with both a short-term and a long-term lens.
Right.
What works for a 5-year-old
Right.
might need some adjustments when they're a teenager.
For sure. For sure. And that actually brings up another point
Yeah.
of the importance of writing everything down.
Oh, absolutely.
I know it can be tempting to kind of skip that step,
Yeah.
especially if you're on relatively good terms with the other parent.
Mm-hmm.
But having that written document
Yes.
really helps prevent those misunderstandings down the road.
Absolutely. Even just jotting down your initial ideas
Okay.
is incredibly valuable. It gives you that clear reference point
Mm-hmm.
and helps make sure you're both starting on the same page.
Right.
And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect right out of the gate.
Okay.
The key is to start somewhere, focus on those areas where you agree,
Yeah.
and don't hesitate to bring in some outside help,
Okay.
like a mediator or therapist, if you hit some roadblocks along the way.
That's reassuring, honestly. Takes a
Yeah.
bit of the pressure off knowing it's a work in progress.
Absolutely.
You can always go back and adjust.
So here's a final thought as you start creating your parenting plan.
Okay.
Think of it as a living document, something that grows and adapts
Mm-hmm.
right alongside your family.
That makes sense.
How might your needs and your children's needs change over time? That's something to really keep in mind as you're working through this process.
That's a powerful takeaway for sure.
It is.
So remember, this parenting plan, it's about finding solutions that work for everyone.
Especially your children.
Absolutely. You got this.
You do.